guys, so in today's video we will be looking at the different types, the different layers of skin. So we're going to start with the three main layers of the skin. I'm going to start from like inside, within, going without, or from the inside going upwards. I mean underneath the skin, going on top, right? So after bones and muscles, we then have a layer called the subcutaneous layer. Now this layer is it has adipose tissue, which simply means that it is a fatty layer. It helps as a shock absorber, and also just to give, you know, that cushion, because we can't go from muscles straight to the skin. I think it only makes sense, right? And then after that, just right on top of the subcutaneous layer, this is the subcutaneous layer, we have our muscles and bones underneath, and then we have the subcutaneous layer filled with adipose tissue, right? We have the we have the dermis, the dermis, aka the true skin. In this layer, the reason why we call it the true skin, because I would say it has the important things. Like all the layers of skin have the important things, but these are like the really important things, such as your hair follicles, your sweat glands, your veins, your etc. It has the very important things. And then after your dermis, and also it is the thickest layer, your subcutaneous layer is not as thick as your dermis, so it's the thickest layer. So if your subcutaneous layer is like this thick, this one would be this thick. So I'm going to put it here. After your dermis, aka true skin, aka thick layer, the layer that has the serious things, we have your epidermis, which is very thin, but it has a lot, and it does a lot, or its function is also just as imperative as the other ones. Now your epidermis is the skin that you can see. When I look at you, I see your epidermis. It's the skin that you can touch, or when I touch you, I touch the epidermis. It's also the skin layer that sells you out when you are blushing. It is the one that has all the scarring. It is the one that has all the hyperpigmentation. It is the one that you are able to scratch. It is the one that has the pimples. It's just the one that we can see. It's that layer that we can see and touch and feel, righty? And also it's the one that sheds. On its own, the epidermis, as thin as it is, it has 5 layers made out of cells. Okay, we're gonna get into that. So yeah, those 3 layers: subcutaneous layer, the dermis, and the epidermis. Subcutaneous is filled with adipose tissue, which helps as a shock absorber as well as a cushion. And then the dermis contains or has like your hair follicles, your glands, sweat glands, your veins, etc. And it's the thickest layer. And then we have the epidermis, which consists of 5 layers, right? And we're going to dive into these 5 layers. I'm going to start again from the bottom, just right after the dermis. Then as we enter the epidermis, this is the first layer. So the first layer is stratum basale, or the basal layer, as it is commonly known, or in simple English, it's just the basal layer. But I like the stratum basale. So the stratum basale is very important. Now this layer contains keratinocytes, and these keratinocytes produce keratin, which is a fibrous protein. It also has melanocytes, which produce the incredible melanin. And just to touch on the melanin thing.
What is that?
Come closer. Listen to me. We have melanocytes. Every human being on earth, regardless of their complexion or skin color, has melanocytes. These melanocytes produce melanin, right? After the synthesis, or after melanin has been synthesized, it is then like sort of stored. Okay, maybe stored is not the right word. It is contained, I would say, in special organelles called melanosomes. These melanosomes help transport the melanin to the keratinocytes. Sorry, it helps transport the melanin to the keratinocytes to induce pigmentation, righty? And also these melanosomes determine your skin color. Therefore, it determines your skin color. So the number of melanosomes determines your skin color, how darker your skin is going to be. So which means which tells us what? More melanosomes, the darker your skin. Less melanosomes, the lighter your skin. But everybody has and produces melanin and has melanosomes. Okay? Thank you. Now that we have that out of the way, we could continue. So we're still on the stratum basale, or the basal layer. So like I said, it has melanocytes, keratinocytes, which produce a fibrous protein called keratin already, and melanocytes producing melanin. And then this is also where mitosis, which is cell division, happens. So this is a very important layer. Not only mitosis occurs there, the cells are also superficially pushed to the next layer, which we'll talk about or sort of like get into. And the importance of this layer, I would say, this is where the skin cells germinate, right? Yeah. And yeah, the next layer, which is called the stratum spinosum. See, spino, as me and my friends would call it, stratum spinosum. Now when they get here, they sort of have like a spiny shape, prickle type of shape. So that's why they're called spino, because they have all these spiny things, you know. And yeah, they're basically, when they come here, they're responsible for, well, there's this process called the keratinization, which is when the keratinocytes produce more of these keratin cells, and then of the keratin protein, and the keratin protein sort of like it helps, gives the flexibility of our skin, as well as the strength. Yes, the flexibility as well as the strength. And then from there, these cells are also superficially pushed upwards. They're leveling up now from stratum basale to stratum spinosum. Now a new level, which is the level of stratum granulosum. And this, when they get here, this is the layer of skin that sort of like prevents fluid loss, and yeah, so that you don't fall apart. Because I can just imagine, you know, when we don't have like a stratum granulosum, then we're gonna fall apart. Imagine if you had to lose like fluid loss. And yeah, it contains like a lot of lipids, which is like oils, and it acts sort of like a sealant, you know. So yeah, just the sealant, of course, preventing the fluid loss. I'm gonna I'm gonna end here. What am I saying? I'm gonna end here so that we process all of these things. And yeah, you can check out Google if you want to, and check like the images, or check out the videos, like nice animation videos, so that you can see, if you're a visual person, so that you can see and get to imagine, you know, not only imagine but also see what goes down here in our beautiful epidermis. Until I see your epidermis again, it's bye from me. See you tomorrow.